Mongo, for the first time in several generations since the dinosaur age, since the Earth was flat, is going to the Force Drive Chess Championship, defeating his demons and proving all the haters wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to be showing you one of the most emotional Force Drive chess tournament runs I have ever seen in all my days. This player that I'm going to be showing you has suffered heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak in so many different Force Drive chess tournaments.
Mongo fumbles the bag!
And Mongo loses on time.
Mongo loses on time. No! And Mongo times out and loses on time.
But on one fateful day, he decided that it was time for a change. And my word, this player went absolutely off. Many of you may know him as Mongo, but others may know him as the legend. This player's chess tournament run is truly gonna shock you, so go ahead and sit back, relax, and let's get right into that first game. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 3 of the Force Drive chess tournament between Mongo and you. Mongo will be playing with the white pieces, you will be playing with the black pieces, and Mongo has taken a little bit of a retirement in our Force Drive chess tournaments, but today he is back filling in an empty spot after a torn ACL was committed by one of the players. A brutal sequence, I must say, but you will be looking to absolutely pulverize Mongo in his return, as he has made so many impressive wins in his previous games. But every single time he has fallen just shy of the Force Drive glorious championship belt. But today he's going to be looking to create havoc, create chaos, as Mongo has also always and consistently been very low on time. And it has cost him hundreds, if not thousands, of Force Drive chess tournament games. But today he is being extremely precise, and he will be looking to silence the critics in their tracks. Chat, go ahead and continue to tell me who you think is going to win. Drop your predictions. As we see knight f5 on the board here from you, and both players are very, very solid. I imagine you will eventually try and castle. Mongo did a very good job on his previous move, castling here, getting his king to safety. And I think Mongo should go ahead and start pressing the position here and start creating some pressure in for you. He must not overextend though. He still has to be extremely cautious. You now pushing the pawn to h5, very interesting, and then pushes the pawn here to g6, formulating the solid pawn chain of 3 pieces. Queen now slides over here, looking to threaten here. The knight is still covering here, so it's not necessarily a threat currently, but still it is pressure, and Mongo doing a good job of ensuring that that is maintained. I honestly wonder if Mongo should eventually start pushing the pawns here. You can't push this pawn quite yet because takes. The queen cannot take, and the knight would take. And you now gets the knight in here. And he has a big, fat knight in a very important square. We talk about this all the time, ladies and gentlemen. Whenever you can have a knight on the 5th rank, so in this case, it would be you on the 4th rank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares forward. It is extremely powerful, especially when it's covered by a pawn. Mongo will have to do something about this knight here in a little bit. Maybe not necessarily immediately, but at any rate, he could push this pawn forward and immediately remove the knight, and the knight would be forced to go back, back here, here, or here. And you now taking a little bit of a think. You is now coming up on 2 minutes, but he slides the rook over here, so he has 2 minutes and 6 seconds on his clock now. And now Mongo has an insane knight on the f6 square. A very powerful piece, as he now has it on the freaking 6th rank, compared to Hughes on the 5th rank, as he now pushes a pawn forward, attacking the knight. And now the knight is going to be forced to go back here or here. Maybe you could go here, but I don't know if you want to do takes. Wait a second. Oh, I thought, I got scared there for a second. I thought you had a fork there. Knight now comes back here. The bishop was covering, by the way. Queen now comes in here, and now it could potentially be a discovered attack on the king. Should you not move his king? If the knight ever moves, it will be discovered check on the king. And Mongo, with the exquisite touch, looking very solid early on in this bout. King does slide down here for you. I do believe that that would be the top engine move to get the king out of danger. That is the only move you really could have played with the king, as now we see Mongo taking here. I'm pretty sure you can just take here. what is Mongo's plan? Does that straight up just sack a knight? Oh my word. I think Mongo might have just blundered. Oh, it is brutal. As Phoenix has now arrived in chat. Mongo has recognized that he has blundered a piece, but at the same time, Mongo is up 1 whole minute on the clock. If Mongo can maintain pressure, a blunder will be inevitable for you. But he must continue to move fast and put pressure on you. You taking a little bit more time. This is a very natural thing for chess players. Whenever you go up in material, you start feeling even more pressure because you know you are winning in this spot, but you don't want to blunder and mess up the position. Note here as well, you cannot push this pawn because after takes, it would be a discovered attack on the queen. Well done here from you, bringing the queen over here. Mongo's going to have to keep material on the board here. He must keep material on the board. I honestly think you have to go all the way back here. Note you cannot go here or here because the knight is covering those squares. That move is possible too, so well done here from Mongo. Although you can probably not push this pawn forward because the knight is still covered by the pawn and the queen's covering this pawn. So Mongo's going to have to slide his queen back at least 2 more squares, either here or here, perhaps even over here. And he vouches to slide the queen back here to the d2 square. And we're on move 24. And there is lots and lots of pressure in the position right now. But you, with less than 40 seconds on his clock, he's going to have to formulate a plot and formulate a plot fast. You might have a very tricky tactic here too. If Mongo doesn't cover this pawn, oh my gosh, I think you can sack. Oh, it is absolute brilliancy. It is absolute brilliancy. Because if the pawn takes back here, the knight is going to take here with a fork. Sensational. Truly sensational here from you. But he does not have time to waste. He now is down to 30 seconds on his clock. An absolute masterclass here so far, but it has costed him over 40 hours of his time. Bishop d5 not played. Mongo wasting no time, taking the bishop. The pawn's going to take right back. And it is extremely, extremely stressful here for these two very strong players. As the pawn's going to take the piece right here, rook now comes in here. It looks like Yu is looking to start the attack on the position. Mongo now collects a piece. Mongo only down 1 point of material right now as it currently stands, as the rook now slides over here to the d8 square. Not from there, from here. And Mongo taking a little bit of a think. Mongo's clock is his greatest ally right now, his greatest asset. He must use it to his advantage or it is going to cost him his full stride chess tournament run. Pressure is building. The queen has now slid down here. This pawn is now hanging. What do you do here? And you now officially in the red. He has 18 seconds on his clock, but he goes ahead and takes the piece, so now he has 20 seconds on his clock. There's no time to breathe as the queen now comes in here. Oh, truly exquisite. The king could now slide over here because it would have been a pin of the piece, and now Mongo collecting the piece now. You now with 15 seconds on his clock, bringing the rook over here just in the mere nick of time. Rook is pressuring here with the knight. You're going to have to bring the rook down here, or honestly, I don't even know what else. As now Mongo makes the incorrect move, bringing the rook over here, and now the king is going to be forced to slide. The queen cannot come in here because the rook will take, as well as the pawn. You now with 14 seconds on his clock to figure out the winning combination. Does he have enough time to figure this out? The queen now slides over here to the e5 square. Oh, it is extremely stressful. You have to come down here with check. And after the king slides over here, oh, and he blocks with the rook. Sensational play. As Mongo now gets the queen. Oh my god. Mongo has done it. Mongo takes on e5 and now the rook is hanging for you. And Mongo delivers checkmate. Mongo has done it. Ladies and gentlemen, Mongo has done it. He was down in this game, but for the first time in his career, the clock was at his disposal, taking full advantage of it, and you having an absolute insane advantage. Will fall in this game, and his full stride chess tournament run will come to a dramatic conclusion as Mongo defeats you with rook checkmate to d8 on move 38. GG's to you two, and well played. Mongo has officially silenced the critics and moving on to the second round, the first time in a very long time. And ladies and gentlemen, we are underway for game 1 of round 2 of the Forced Drive chess tournament between Mongo and Cub. Mongo will be playing with the white pieces, as Cub will be playing with the black pieces. Mongo and Cub with 2 sensational performances in round 1 of this tournament, both looking for an opportunity to claim glory in the Forced Drive chess championship. But neither one is going to want to fall very lightly. They're going to have to be very precise. As the bishop comes in here, it looked like a pawn was blundered here, but it appears Cub did not even think about taking that. As the bishop now slides back here, pawn's going to push again, bishop's going to slide down here, and this pawn is completely and utterly free here for Cub right now, as he wastes no time collecting the pawn, and Cub is up early in this game. Do note as well, Cub has played in multiple Forced Drive championship matches, but he has never claimed glory. But this time around, he is going to be looking to change that, as he now currently holds a 1 point of material advantage against Mongo. But can he maintain the advantage and finish this game off? As the queen now slides up here for Mongo. The knight is under fire. Does Cub go ahead and trade down? If you see takes, it's going to be still a very similar position for Mongo. He will get a little bit more tempo with this pawn. Mongo is also going to be looking to castle queenside here, I imagine. Cub can still castle kingside. I think castling kingside is plausible. And do note as well, y'all, every time you go up material, the pressure gets even bigger because, and oh, this is crazy too. Cub can now take the piece, and now he could take this pawn right here. Oh my word. And Cub is up very early in this game by 2 points of material. Sensational stuff. Note too, this pawn is under attack. Mongo cannot take here because if he takes it, the bishop's going to take right back and the rook will take, and he will be down a queen. He cannot take back. Mongo down 2 points of material right now as it currently stands. 2 whole whopping pawns. Chat, what is going on in this game? Is Cub going to close this out? Tell me right now what you think. As the queen now slides up here to the e3 square. Mongo's going to have to be very, very cautious. Cub taking his sweet time as he should. He needs to stay cool, calm, and collected to close out this game. Cub has the advantage, but the pressure remains the same. The queen slides down here to d7, played here by Cub. Mongo vouches to push the pawn forward here. And if we see takes, this file will open up. Ooh, that's interesting. I think you can just go ahead and take here. Oh, no, you can't. You cannot. This will be checkmate in a mere amount of seconds. Good spot here from Mongo, bringing the bishop down here to attack the queen. Great execution here from this good sir. Cub now slides the queen over here. Bringing a little more pressure on this file. Mongo threatening checkmate right now. I think Mongo should have gone ahead and taken that pawn there. Oh my word. Wait. Ladies and gentlemen, I blinked. And Cub blundered the game. It is a catastrophic blunder by Cub. As checkmate is granted by Mongo with queen taking on e7. And Mongo, for the first time in several generations, since the dinosaur age, since the earth was flat, is going to the Forced Drive chess championship, defeating Cub, defeating his demons, and proving all the haters wrong, winning this game on move 17, ending Cubs tournament run. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Forced Drive Chess Championship between Mongo and Rekris. Mongo will be playing with the white pieces, as Rekris will be playing with the black pieces. Rekris representing the Czech Republic flag, as Mongo will be representing the United States of American flag, and we have a Sicilian defense on the board. Rekris, a 2-time Forced Drive Chess champion, looking to claim his 3rd ever title, as Mongo will be looking to claim his 1st ever Forced Drive Chess Championship in this bout. The Sicilian defense has been confirmed as the opening for this game, and we are coming in hot. Do note, you get 2 seconds of bonus time every single time you make a move. Every single move is going to count, as this is a very fast-paced time format. And both players are playing very solid to open this game up. Bishop to e7. We now see h3 played here from Mongo. Bishop slides up here for Rekris. Rekris' position is looking extremely solid, as is Mongo. Mongo vouches to push the pawn forward here. Rekris wasting no time, going ahead and castling. And do note, too, Rekris is doing phenomenal with his time. He is up 3 seconds on move 8, having wasted absolutely 0 time so far, as he slides the rook now over here to the c8 square. And now how exactly is Mongo going to go forward? He vouches to bring the knight in here. The knight has infiltrated. Kind of, sort of. This pawn is under fire. If Rekris doesn't do anything about this pawn, it will fall. because there's only one piece defending it. If takes, takes, Mongo will be up 1 point of material, and the rook will be under attack. Rekris now taking his first think of the game. For the first time, he is now below on the clock as he vouches to push the pawn forward to e5. Mongo very coolly and calmly sliding the bishop back here to the g3 square. Queen now comes in here attacking the knight. The knight is going to be forced to move, but to where? Do you bring the knight back here? Oh, and do note too, if Mongo moves this knight, this pawn will be hanging. Mongo playing a very precise move, pushing the pawn forward, but Rekris responding with a pawn push of his own. Nicely executed, as now Rekris claims the first piece of the game. Mongo now bringing the knight in here. The knight is going to go ahead and take. Exactly as Rekris to navigate this. This could get very, very dicey very fast, ladies and gentlemen. As the knight now jumps in here. Do you take the knight here? You possibly could, but do note too, if you do take the knight here, as Mongo vouches to bring the piece over here, Rekris is going to collect a piece. Oh my word, and I think Mongo might have a tactic here. After takes, the rook is going to take, and the bishop is going to be pinned to the bishop. The only thing Rekris can do is slide the rook over here, and you can also do the other rook, which is what he vouched for instead. Rekris still currently up 1 point of material right now. 2 minutes and 13 seconds are on Mongo's clock as he slides the rook over here to the c1 square. The knight is officially under fire. Knight is going to slide back. Rekris has the lead. And Mongo is down on time very, very slightly. As now the bishop is going to come in here, pinning the knight to the rook. You cannot push this pawn because it will not be an even exchange. It would be takes, and Mongo would actually lose a piece in that instance, as now another piece is going to fall off the board for Mongo. The knight is going to go ahead and take, and now Mongo jumping the knight in here. The bishop is under fire. Well done from Rekris. The bishop slides back here. And now what exactly is Mongo to do here now, as he is below on time on the clock? He vouches to bring the bishop over here, attacking the rook. Oh my word, this is exquisite. This is an exquisite touch from Mongo. But Rekris finding the correct calibration, moving the pawn forward here to the f6 square, negating the bishop's threat on the rook. What is Mongo to do here now? He vouches to double up the rooks. Does Rekris have a move here, bringing the knight in here? Attacking both the rook and the bishop? What exactly is he to do? Rekris up an insurmountable amount of material in this bout. But Mongo is looking to change that and figure out a way to get back into this game. Rook d b1, the last move that has been played on the board, as Rekris is taking a long think. Duly note as well, ladies and gentlemen, whenever you go up material, the pressure gets even heavier. But Rekris finds the correct move, taking the pawn here on the a4 square. And he now owns a very strong 3 point of material advantage in this game, as the bishop comes down here to d1. I do believe Rekris should just go ahead and take this piece. Mongo's going to take right back. No, he vouches to bring the bishop up here. I think that's still a very plausible move. Mongo now comes in here and pins the knight to the king. Oh! But Rekris finding the clutch move, pushing the pawn forward, as now the bishop is attacking the bishop. If you take here, the rook is going to take back. Rekris with the exquisite touch. Mongo's going to have to figure something out. He's going to have to figure out something fast. He moves the bishop down here. The rook was attacking the bishop here. The knight was still covering, but it is very tricky, and he vouches to do the fundamental move, which is to defend the piece. Now Mongo comes in here with the rook. He is looking to create a little more pressure on the position, as now the knight comes in here with check. The king will be forced to slide back here, as the knight is going to collect this piece. Time is ticking now for Mongo. He does not have a single second to waste, as the pawn is now pushing here for Rekris. Pawn to a5 on the board. Mongo vouches to slide the rook over. But that is going to be a very bad move, because now the bishop comes in and pins the rook to the rook. Oh, it is excruciating for Mongo. Excruciating, as the rook now slides back here. The bishop is going to claim the piece. The pawn is going to push forward here to a4. Knight jumps in here now for Mongo. Mongo is running out of time. There's not much else he can do. The knight is going to jump back here. Another pawn push here from Rekris. Well-timed move here. And I actually believe that this is going to... The knight is going to fall, as now Mongo claims a pawn. The pawn is going to very promptly take right back, as Reckless will continue to push the pawn forward. And there's not much else Mongo can do in this spot. Rook will slide over here. The rook is actually going to sack itself. Insanity, because the pawn will not be able to be stopped. If the rook slid over here, the rook would eat it. And now Mongo coming in here with a check. In a mere matter of seconds, Reckless is going to claim glory in the full stripe chess tournament. We are on move 47. The king is going to take back, and now the pawn is going to continue to push here for Reckless. A queen has been promoted for Reckless. Queen check granted. We are on move 50. Queen f6, and now with one more move. Maybe one more move. And on move 52, Reckless will not be denied his third ever full strive chess championship, defeating Mongo on move 52 with queen to e1 checkmate granted. The king has no squares to go. These pawns are blocking. The queen is covering all of these squares, and it will in fact be Reckless who is our championship in the full strive chess tournament. Congratulations, Reckless. You are our full strive chess champion. And everybody be sure to wish Mongo a GG's in the chat. Well played from these two solid players, two very stellar tournament performances, and it will be Reckless who will not be denied, winning his third ever full strive chess championship. Congratulations, buddy, and GG's to Mongo.